Awesome.
We're some people I haven't seen in a while showed up too.
Don't talk bad about him, Kevin.
I was talking about you.
No, yeah. You can talk bad about me.
Man, no one wanted a lap dance for $5 either.
No,
Man,
no,
I tried. I was anything to make some money, man.
My $5 table didn't work out.
It's a little bit. If they play it every 10 minutes in the
What's up, everybody? I'm Josh, the artist known as JRB5. This is Kevin, the artist known as K711. And Russell Horning from the Gate, the keeper of the gate.
Hello. There you go. The keeper of the gate.
Well, I mean, he is. He keeps the gate.
Uh-huh. We'll have to make a poster for that now.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks for coming on.
I can see it now. He's going to have a pitchfork. The keeper of the gate.
Ideas are brewing in Kevin's head. Maybe the next.
But it'll be a cow guard gate. So that's you're in Kansas after all. Come on, you got to disguise the gate.
It'll be tame.
Yeah. Kevin and I just getting back from the Mo Pigs backyard bonanza. Is that what they called it? I think the official
think so.
name. And there was a lot of people out there. I think it's just wrapping up, so you just missed it. Sorry.
I think everybody, came in there with nothing and walked out with a few bucks in their hands. So.
I can't see how they didn't. There was like billions of people there. Seriously,
I know Amanda. She said none of my art was selling, but she sold out of plants.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize. I kept seeing her walking around. I didn't even realize she had a booth over there until the end. She brought me a pin. I put it on my other hat that I was wearing. Yeah, it's got boobs. It's really cool.
What's up, Joshua Ricks? Thanks for tuning in again. We got a giveaway before we do that. Do you want to tell us about the giveaway?
Yeah, sure. So I've got a heavy metal record store down on Patty. It's near Washington and Douglas. It's called the Gate Record Store. It's at 115 South Patty Avenue. So kind of centrally located. So for the giveaway for this episode, I'm going to give $30 credit to the winner. So that does require that someone enter the store and say, hey, I'm the winner, I'm so-and-so, and look around, hopefully find something.
Yeah, so we'll have we wait to the last 15 minutes of the show, and then they'll hopefully start guessing.
And we'll talk about the prize again, because not a whole lot of people on right now, but he's got more than just metal music there. He's got some used clothes and some you're getting a big old collection of metal t-shirts, a lot of locals too.
Yeah, the stock right now is kind of fun. A lot of used clothes, but then some new clothes mixed in. I'm open to anything that I feel like people into metal might enjoy.
Put my shitty punk band in there,
so get all sorts of stuff. Well, you guys have the edge, man.
My band,
so it fits.
Good guess.
And he makes excellent leather stuffs.
Do some leather items. Try to do original pieces, and custom work too. Had a couple people come in today. That's the nice thing, is being able to make stuff for people, especially if it's functional or just they're excited about it. Something maybe they've dreamed up, and a lot of times we work together and come up with something that they hopefully are satisfied with and fits well as well. So
that's cool. The beer koozie he was doing. He was in there experimenting in front of me. Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I try this?
Yeah. Lots of experimenting.
Lots
of experimenting.
Gotta make sure they fit well.
Yes. So after you don't know if something really works unless it's tried it 10,000 times or whatever.
I know, and you got about 1,000 of those beer koozies now, so
it should be pretty perfect.
You got quite a few now.
But we have a good time. We do a lot of books and magazines and movies and
old school movies too.
All good guesses.
Yeah. So I recently got in some movies. Got quite a few Peter Cushing, Vincent Price,
Ooh,
classic
yeah.
Hammer films.
Yeah.
So
I like those movies better. The new horror movies and stuff, they're just too. We've talked about it several times. I mean, but the gore too gory, and
That's all my tattoos.
Insinuating. You don't have to see the blood and the guts. You know what's happening. And
the best is in Psycho, the shower scene.
yeah, I think
she's
CG
getting stabbed
ruined
to
all
death,
movies.
and you can't see any of the stabbing going on, but you know what's going on.
Yeah.
I do.
And I remember as a kid, that scared the holy shit out of me.
I do like that too. Like what you conjure up in your mind as to what that experience is like is frightening, right? And I feel like that's why people, when they read books too, like Edgar Allan Poe and Lovecraft and stuff, what you're picturing is super scary, right? It's out there in the dark, and it's awesome. I do like some of the gore stuff too, but I'm kind of with you. Feel like there's more maybe creativity from the directors.
Yeah, I think
really
CG ruined it. I mean, it sucked
Well,
all the creativity
even before
away.
CG, all the Friday the 13th stuff, you only watch that after the first movie. Everybody started counting how many people were killed each movie. So that was a thing after that. Oh, they killed 14 this
kill
movie.
Count, right?
And they have a big old poster, which they got to update every time they do a new movie.
Yeah.
How many's been killed on that movie now?
To be honest, for me, what I love about those Friday the 13th movies are just the 80s characters.
Yeah.
The kids, the teenagers.
Yeah.
Always having
Johnny
sex
Depp.
and always getting killed while having sex.
Yeah.
Why can't I die that way, damn it?
Well, hey,
The Crispin Glover.
hopefully.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that didn't know who they were, and now look at them.
Yeah. He was a weird cat, Crispin Glover. I guess he's got like jars of eyeballs and stuff in his house, and he collects the oddity stuff.
He does.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean,
Cool.
I've never been there and verified it, but
Yeah.
But after the Back to the Future, the second one they didn't use him, but they used his character, his likeness. So he was in a big. Because after the first one, he was such a pain in the ass to work with, apparently, that they didn't bring him back. So they just no.
Oh, really?
And so that's why Marty's dad was upside down in the thing, just to help hide the fact that it wasn't Chris. It wasn't him.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is a strange cat, though.
Oh yeah.
His movies, that rat one he did.
I can't think of any other movies.
River's Edge was a favorite.
Yeah.
And then he had a little role in The Doors, right?
Oh yeah.
Andy Warhol, I think.
Yeah.
But he did one was about that rat. I can't remember the name rat, but it was about a rat.
And it was live action?
No, not Ratatouille. That was live. But it's just, and then how he talks that weird whiny voice it is.
I'm not sure.
But I can't remember. Anybody, audience and expert should know.
Yeah.
It was a rat or a cat or a snake, but I swear it was a rat. It was like a remake of an old one.
Yeah, Jana came out.
I just saw Jana.
Came out to the Mo Pigs. I think everybody in town came to the Mo
I'm waiting
Pigs.
for her to bring me some iced coffee or ice cream coffee, but it's coffee with ice cream in it. She keeps saying we've been talking about it.
I don't know.
No, she and Hy have talked about it.
Is that something that she makes on her own?
No, it's something I want her to make and bring it to me.
Oh, okay.
She works at an ice cream shop and they have coffee, so I'm like,
just put some coffee in, put some ice cream
cool.
in. Ice cream sweetener. That might not be bad. Amanda Trotter, she was out there. Like you said,
yeah.
You didn't know she had a booth. She had the shade
until
the
she was
whole
leaving.
time.
Until she was leaving,
she got the spot I wanted you to get because the shade
But it wasn't no shade there when I was setting up.
It was there. It was there. I mean, we had good shade, and then I was like, kind of looking. I was like, we're gonna lose this, Kevin. And sure enough, it kind of faded back, and then.
Well, when I first set up, he was pointing where to go.
And I mean, I don't mind, but the kid, I was like, I don't want her getting sunburned. So the shade disappeared.
And she was getting that. When are we leaving? Kind of attitude.
So. What did Amanda have out there?
She had some artwork and some plants. And Kevin said you sold out of plants, right?
Pretty close. Sold a lot of plants, didn't you, Amanda? And then she has this. She's pretty creative too. She's one of those. Does a lot of stuff like I do. I mean, she's a photographer. She's in a couple of bands.
Yeah, Renaissance.
Yeah.
Good guesses. Good guesses.
Does artwork and her daughter's artwork. Boy, it's just become next level just recently. Holy cow!
Both the ones that Davita did, I was really.
And she's got another one at the Barcode.
Oh, yeah, she's got a bunch of Barcode, don't she?
Yeah. That part, I just think I'm like, you got to at least show up with the barcode once in a while to promote your stuff, That's how it works.
You two have any artists in your family? You feel like you inherited some?
I have it was a cousin of my mom's. Can't think of his name right now. I never met him, but I always saw his artwork. And I have some of his artwork in my house. And the main reason I remember him because he was going blind and still doing artwork. And look at me, my eyeballs are starting to go bad too. But he did more. He was like nationally known.
Oh, wow.
I wish I could remember his name. But I don't think I ever met him. If I did, I was super young. I think he's one of those artists that's eccentric introvert types, and especially going blind right now. So, but he did a lot of like old farmhouses, old tractors, stuff like that. Just one of those kind of people. I remember he did do this tornado thing once. It was at the fair, and he won the grand champion. And I was actually at the fair with some of my artwork. But we're talking, 40 years difference in age, and I'm like 15 or 16. I won my category. Mm-hmm. So somewhere along the line, I must have went up against him.
I feel like it'd be hard to portray a tornado.
Yeah, it's some kind of weird tornado demon thing, and it won. So,
what's up, Mr. Thomas Benny?
So
how you doing?
I've done a tornado. They're just swirls. So,
yeah,
dude, I forgot to do any art stuff. I'm sorry.
Any art news?
Yeah,
like we were busy. We were hustling.
Yeah, hustling.
I heard. Was it over 30 vendors at the event today?
Not all of them showed up.
Yeah,
there were still right
Quite a
around
few.
20 to 30.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
It was packed back there, and
Awesome.
And the new store was just packed too. And there was a vendor in there too.
There was 2 at one point, I think.
Well, Stephanie was in there too. She had her little table, but she always had that little table. So
yeah.
And then there was that one that made the pottery stuff, which was really nice.
Yeah,
really nice stuff.
Aileen. Good guesses.
Okay. I don't know if you guys were on when he talked about it. It's going to be. Go ahead. Tell us about what's our guessing for.
Yeah. So I'm Russ from the Gate Record Store. I've got a metal record store that has other kind of related items and movies and magazines, books. I try to have unique items that you can't find all that often. Things that probably a lot of you are also possibly interested in. But I've got a $30 credit for the winner today. And thanks for tuning in and, follow along, listening. Hopefully it's a good time.
You've been doing some sponsor, like didn't you sponsor something just recently? I just seen something.
Yeah, so being in a position of, having a store and different people coming in, and a lot of those people are sometimes unconnected or, not connected to each other. I've tried to kind of maybe help, I don't know, maybe help bring to light things that are happening, or just even contact people and help put things together, facilitate events. So there is a show on June 2nd that I'm sponsoring over at Barcode.
Yeah.
With those wonderful people, and with Joe and
Irish.
Yeah. And so that's going to be a fun event. We've got Grave Huffer coming from Missouri.
Yeah.
Out of Joplin. Great band. They have a lot of different styles mixed in their music, and they're hard working. They gig a lot. They play all over the Midwest. They get out and go. And they had contacted me, just kind of having a store, and said, hey, what do you think about on this date? I think it's possible you could help put together a show. So it is a community thing. I can't put a show on. I've just got a store. So reaching out, and they've been great communicating. So we've got them with Soprogenous. I asked them what they wanted me to use for their description of their band. I didn't know if it was death metal, grindcore, mix. And the response I got was deranged death metal. So I'm already excited about this show, And then the third band is Galdrar, and I know those guys pretty well too. And just being able to be part of something where people are having a good time, either performing or being there, you know, it's super rewarding. And so that's an event. And then we also partner with Tallgrass now and again. With some of the movies I mentioned, you know, we've got different films. We try and promote Tallgrass too. And some films coming up. I'm going to make a post tomorrow. We've got screenings later this year with like Natural Born Killers and Cape Fear of De Niro.
Yeah.
Planet Terror. So some fun ones, you know. And yeah. Those are a few of the things going on. Oh, and then we've got an event at Norton's Brewing on May 13th. On that one, you know, it's going to be an all ages thing out of the beer garden. So from 6 p.m. till 10 or maybe later, we're going to be playing some metal out there. And we've got collaborative beer that's going to have the gate on there. And original artwork by Tim Lehigh. It's got a super evil goat playing a guitar. Yeah. And it's a blonde Bach. So it's going to be really fun. And that's an all ages one. So very excited about that.
They debuting the beer that night too?
Debuting, I think that night. It could be a little bit before. I know they probably want those fresh beers to be out. And hopefully Tim Lehigh will also be in town hopefully for that night too. He lives out in Vermont.
Nice.
And super nice guy, but I think he might be in the area.
Possibly. Come check it out. Hopefully.
Yeah,
hopefully. So. He's watching, so
if you've not
check it out if you
want.
Of course.
What's so cool about he's got this cutout of Eddie from, oh my gosh. If that thing disappears and it ends up in my house, I didn't do it.
So this display is from 1983, and I've never seen its original artwork.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either.
Never seen it. And a customer comes in yesterday, and he has amazing items, and he's like, just not impressed. He's like, oh yeah, I got one, you know, like, but he may think that there's a million of them. I don't know. And I was like, you've got one? He's like, oh yeah, you know. I'm like, oh, killer, you know. So I guess there's more out there, you know.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, Riggs was one of the main artists for.
No, I love that piece too. It's 6 feet,
but
it's still in great condition.
There's one I've never seen either, and I'm a huge Iron Maiden fan. I guess I'm not that huge.
I don't know that I've really looked at a lot of memorabilia.
I've never been into. I'm into the band, but the cutouts are always cool.
Well, I'm going to start pink first, Kevin.
Yeah, I was going to let you.
Okay, we got to finish this.
Okay,
we got to finish. Look, it kind of bleeds into the background.
Yeah,
it just forms.
One of these days we need to do one like that where it just looks like no background.
Yeah, I've watched them people. They take like a little square and put it on a stick, and then they paint the background. But they're like talking to the camera, so they're like painting to this.
Yeah. I'm like, and then they walk behind it and they disappear. But it's like they're still in
the
But those cameras got to be the exact right angle. It's like those sidewalk chalk artists where it looks like stairs are going down. Yeah. If you don't have the camera at the right angle, it doesn't look like stairs going down. Okay.
So you said you've been working on this piece for a little bit. You've kind of stopped. You've let it sit.
I started the skull myself, and then we just kind of ran into. We finished the painting. Didn't have a blank canvas.
And we got
a couple that we got
a few we wanted to kind of or modify or whatever it is. This one we just modified and added to it. I said that'd be kind of cool, make it look like a head just floating out there on the planet Earth somewhere.
Bearded floating Maury.
Mm-hmm. You can sit there now if you want.
Over here? Okay.
Oh. So, well, you're a little bit shy when you're not in your your record store, are you?
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to not step on your guys' toes.
Don't worry about this. Show's about you. We're gonna paint regardless.
Josh, what about you? Actually, artists in your family?
Not really. I mean, Mom was always creative, but not really an artist. Like I said, I've been doing it since 2. But, you know, I did high school. My mom.
Yep, there's the 420. I told you it was going to come out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and it's Jana that
did
it. Our ruffian.
It's got to be worth something.
But, yeah, I mean, I had an art scholarship in high school. Art and drafting. I took the art scholarship. So I thought, this would be more fun. I mean, yeah, it was fun, but should have took the drafting one.
Drafting get paid better, yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Hindsight's
skill, just
20/20.
more pay.
Yep.
Unless you get lucky enough to. Well, there's one thing. I'm excited that you got kind of a small label thing going because that
Oh yeah,
that dire lupine.
yeah. I guess
whatever.
that's something else that we do in the store. A lot of times I say we, and I don't like to use the term I because there really are so many people involved with the
You're
shop.
just the front man, so I don't know anybody else that's involved unless I know the bands.
Yeah,
So-
and even with the bands, so much of that is I'm not taking them into the studio and they're doing their thing, and really it's like once everything's kind of finalized, we may discuss layout and but more than anything, I want to help promote and put it out there and hopefully get some distribution.
And I walk in, hey, I got a new one. Okay, here, take my money.
Yeah. Well, and there have been a number of releases. So in the last 2 years, which is coming up on 2 years of having the store, now it's 6 releases, and 2 of them are co-releases with my good friend Phil Ross and his label Postmortem Apocalypse. So with the Gate Records, we've got 2 local releases, so Dire Lupine and Snow Child.
Oh, the Snow Child. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Both of those CD releases, just incredible albums, and feel very proud to be able to work with them. I've known those guys for a long time.
And that one's also on a foreign label too, though, right?
Yeah. So the Snow Child, they're on a Cosmic Artifacts,
Right.
and so the vinyl release.
So I didn't
which is
realize he
beautiful.
was on locally with you. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
on the CD one. Mhm.
And you kind of become like the main distributor of it too. That's kind of what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, and I need to do a better job on that end. That's something that I need to really focus on. I need to have a separate Instagram and Facebook. And
I may have to go get that CD because
social
I got both
presence.
vinyls and I still haven't played them because
Oh,
I just
yeah.
don't play my vinyl.
Yeah, and but that is that's something that I'm sure you guys know as far as like time and priorities and things. That's something the next week I need to really focus on is reaching out to the different labels and distributors.
And you're growing and you're learning as it goes.
Yeah, that's true. So you don't want to beat yourself up.
Because I remember one day you
much.
said, I'm thinking about doing this, and all of a sudden you had that one CD from
New Jersey.
Yeah,
the
all of a
Sacrificial
sudden there
Blood.
was, and I was like, yep, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, and sometimes you do have to just kind of jump in.
And in the entertainment field, is there really a way to do it? There really isn't, as far as I know. It's just
You
a
gotta figure
matter.
out your own way because what worked for him isn't going to work for you.
Yeah,
And you just got to build your own contacts and ways of getting things done.
And hopefully good intentions, the entire way, and good communication and doing it, for the right reasons. Hopefully that goes a long way.
Right. It definitely shows that you love the heavier side of music too.
Thanks, man. Yeah, for those of you, if you haven't been into the shop too, so we carry, all things like proto metal, which would be, I guess that wasn't a term back then, but stuff like the godfathers of hard rock and heavy metal, like Black Sabbath and Deep Purple and Thin Lizzy, up into the most extreme metal that really, I guess you should say in the last 20, 25 years. But anything along those lines, all forms of metal and hard rock. And we do try and kind of keep, it's a smaller place, so I don't try and stray too much from that. You might find a punk release in there.
Yeah, he had to test my band. I had to be edgy enough, and I think we were just edgy enough to get in there.
So I'll have like Anti-Scene and Misfits and different.
And we're right around in that area, but not quite as harsh as them. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm my biggest critic, so.
Yeah. So part of the reason I'm here too is because of the relationship that Kevin and I have built up with me having the store, and that's really been the best part of the store is developing relationships and people.
Well, and I'm reconnecting with some people I haven't seen in years too. It's like, dude, remember this? Oh yeah, where'd you go? Well, in my case, I went to combat, but
yeah,
a lot of people literally because of that I lost contact with a lot of people. And now they're just slowly coming back, and hearing them doing all these different things, and
it's been awesome. Yeah,
stuff like that. So yeah, it's really cool. And I like the fact that you just start playing almost every time you play music from some new It's like, okay, here, take my money.
Man, there are just so many good,
Oh my gosh,
good bands.
it's
and
hard.
albums out there.
It is really hard. And that's part of the reason you're the only store I buy from, because of what you do. Otherwise, I buy from independent people. Like the other day with the Hemlock, the Barnyard Stompers are kind of a country metal thing, really cool stuff. And they had vinyl, so I had 4 vinyls.
Yeah,
but they had like 3 for $50 or something like that. So I bought the 3 for $50.
Yeah, cool.
They gave me the other vinyl, gave me a CD, and then gave me this hat and gave me a shirt and a patch. So I was like, wait, I'll pay you for this stuff. They're no, you bought the vinyl. And I'm like, okay, so they're out of San Antonio.
Yeah, they were on tour since February. They hadn't been home since February.
February, wow.
So that was their last show I think they had Oklahoma City after us on their way home.
And then Hemlock had 2 more shows.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hemlock.
No, Hemlock had 2 more shows.
You're talking about Barnyard.
Barnyard, yeah, they just happened to cross paths.
Yeah.
And it turns out they cross paths, and like a lot of bands are friends with, like real good friends with another band that they've done plenty of shows with. So now you'll probably see Hemlock and Barnyard Stompers together a lot.
Well, and with like Anvil coming back next Friday, there's the 3rd time they're playing Barleycorns, and that's what's great about getting a band to play here, even just once.
See, Hemlock never even knew about Barleycorns.
Yeah,
they played the Lizard Lounge, was the only place they ever played, and then finally, I've talked to them a million times. Like, dude, all you had to do was talk to somebody, and they didn't even know about Barleycorns, so they'll be back.
Yeah, the people that have played at Barleycorns before had really good experiences. So
yeah, as far as bars goes, definitely got one of the better sounds.
Yeah, and
bar none, and even Shamrock, the same guy owns it, but that sound system is nothing compared to what Barleycorns has.
Yeah, it's a great setup there, and it's a great location. I think people really enjoy playing there.
Yeah,
Marquee is really cool.
I've played there a couple of times, and it is fun. It's weird having that walk space that goes back to the bathrooms right next to the stage, but other than that, it's not.
Yeah,
it's still kind of cool.
Legendary venue. I'd like to if those walls could talk, because bootleg days. I bet you that fucking
and it's been called
seen some shit.
And it's been pretty much called John Barleycorns or Barleycorns.
I think John Barleycorns was the original. For some reason, they had to just drop John, but I got it back for some reason just recently. So
yeah, I think now it's John Barleycorns Rock and Roll Hall, I believe.
And that's, I think, what it was originally for the.
And it was probably an ownership of the name thing, and I'm sure Justin had to do something to get the name again or something, or at least to use the name.
Yeah, that's
how it always goes. That's why you see some people, they'll sell a business to a whole new bunch of people, but you have to say the same name still. Or it's the same business and the name completely changes.
Did you? I hope I'm not calling anyone out here. Do you remember there was a restaurant? It was a buffet called Furs over on Harry.
Yeah.
And then it went out of business, and someone opened it up, and they took out the F and put an O.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And so it was OURRS, which might be pronounced ours. That was funny to me. I hope no one's upset about me. I'm not.
Well, it's funny because
I thought
it's closed.
I thought it was clever.
Well, I was also
it's
like,
closed
let's
now.
get to business and make some food.
Yeah,
because one of them. Now. Yeah, it's closed now. But it's funny how those places that had those buffets, they go through so many, because there's like Furs, Ryan's.
I forgot about Ryan's. Was there only one location on North Rock Road, or was there 2 locations?
No, there was one on West Kellogg too.
West Kellogg. Okay.
Right next to some hotel. And I remember when it first came out, the food was pretty decent. Then a few years later, it was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? Seems to always happen. They give management that, we need to save money, so let's go buy the cheap stuff. Well, let's hit the dollar store for all our food instead of the
good ingredients.
Yeah.
So what you got going over there, Josh?
Lapping some paint, trying to fix Kevin's Red River.
Well, one's supposed to be red. It was just a base color.
Base color for a lava flow, I guess.
Blood, man, blood.
River.
Blood River. Sounds like a cannibal film.
I liked Cannabis Corpse.
Cannabis Corpse. The music's really good.
Yes, yeah. I liked Cannibal Corpse, and I'm like,
I like Cannabis Corpse more, to be honest.
I'm super selective.
I do, yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, yeah, you know. I mean, I played in 2 metal bands, but when listening to metal, I'm kind of super selective. I'm kind of picky, but
Yeah.
I like Cannibal Corpse, but I thought Cannabis Corpse was so fucking clever because
Yeah.
you know, Weird Al of Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, some
Cannibal
of those
Corpse had their
titles.
own Weird Al.
One of my
Pretty
favorite
nice.
black metal bands of all times is a band called Satan's Penguins.
Satan's Penguins.
Mhm. It's so fucking cool, man. It's all black metal, but they sing about penguins.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, that was an album I think they had called Blunted at Birth instead of
Yeah, Blunted.
Butchered at Birth.
Yeah, and I mean
Yeah,
they did.
so.
I think they did every album
I think so.
and every song. They just made it.
There you go. You need to do that
All
with
right.
because you got like Matt Sabbath and all those kind of bands doing
Yeah.
that stuff. That's
Can I give a hint for the number? I feel like I watched an episode where there was a hint.
if there was, yeah, I always give hints. You're within 500.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
okay. I
hint.
see. It's a brutal hint.
How are you keeping up on the guesses?
Yeah, that one you posted a while back was the nearest one so far still.
Well, see, there you go, man. Our viewers are pretty savvy. They're gonna figure that out, Kevin.
All right. Well, because I posted this one. I've posted several. Yeah, there was one posted a while back. Maybe it's this one. No, that's not it.
Earlier today, I watched. I don't know if our videos memes are memes, videos, and photos. I'm old. Sorry, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
think
have
so.
no idea.
I don't know, but there was a short little clip, and it was a Family Guy clip.
Yeah.
And in the clip, Peter Griffin was just making dad sounds and noises. So coming here, that was my goal, was to not make dad. I was like, I think it's going to happen regardless.
Well, like I said,
I'm of that age.
I always think of the Rock Lobster, and then there was a
Rock
metal
Lobster.
band out of Texas, Dead Horse,
Oh, yeah.
that did a version of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I mean, Dead Horse is one of my favorites. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
So when I first opened, Dead Horse sent me some CDs
yeah.
to help get my shop started.
Some of the
Super
new
generous.
stuff,
Some classic like digipack CDs of theirs, like
Yeah.
reissue stuff. Yeah, really cool band. Again, one of those bands that a lot of different genres kind of mixed in. Yeah, really cool.
I fell in love with all of them, Boiling and I mean Peaceful Death song. I think that's the album name too, Peaceful Death.
I think so.
Yeah.
They kind of remind me a little bit of Grave Puffer. So.
Like I said, they were. I mean, when Pantera, they came out like when Pantera was coming out, but obviously.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they
it was like 87, I think.
Yeah.
Early stuff.
There was another one. The guy that turned me on to them got me on there, and it was. I don't. It was so obscure. I don't think I can even find it on YouTube or anywhere. I mean, you can find Dead Horse now on Spotify, and I'm like, yes, got their whole collection, even the new stuff.
You got some Dead Horse?
I did.
It's hard to say because I'm like I've seen some stuff come in and I go, I'll come back later and get
well, I do need to.
And then
I need
some
to
will be
restock,
gone.
so I need to reach out and
Yeah.
get some more Dead Horse in.
Do you get a lot of just independent guys from all over the country reaching out to you too? Or
More Midwest and regional.
because they know about you? That helps.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I know word's getting out. Somebody came all the way down from like Kansas City or something one
yeah,
time.
today
or,
as well.
oh,
too.
because that one day I was in there
mhm.
and then they bought one of them pretty okay shirts when they
Yeah.
walked out.
Yeah, coincidentally, a gentleman from Kansas City came in today. It was his first time in the shop, and he said that he had heard about the store and wanted to come in. He actually lives in Texas, but he's working in Kansas City, so that was humbling, and super nice. So I hope he had a good experience, and it also reminded me of something that my buddy of mine also shared with me. We were talking about just experiences for people in the shop, and because you never know if someone's driving 3 hours, and so you want to make sure that you always treat a person right, and hopefully they enjoy themselves.
And I really like that there's 2 other record stores in town, and you guys don't compete at all. In fact,
No.
I've heard people recommend each other.
We do. I'm friends with all of them, and definitely support them and reach out and share little jokes, privately and
Yeah.
and talk with each other, and also help each other out, because there are certain items and situations that like there might be something that like, hey, do you want this? Like maybe it's an old flyer for some show in the 90s that's not metal, you know, but like, hey, you might like this. And there's a lot of that camaraderie.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I stood out your front window and I'm looking at all those and I go, I used to have a book full of flyers. And
Yeah.
then it unfortunately got all wet and blah, blah, blah. I had to throw it away.
Paper.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there, oh my God, I remember that show. I remember that show. And it's just the cheesiest art too. But I'm like, I remember that show. I remember
There's
that
nothing
show.
better. You know,
It's that old school metal stuff.
And it's even those middle school kids that were drawing in the corner.
Well, people don't even realize too, like most of Manila Road's artwork, there, you know, there a lot of the albums had some high quality stuff, but all these side artwork, they call him Jack, that skull with the helmet, stuff like that. I remember that big banner they had with that
with the Bat Jack,
with the little chicken feet on it or whatever it was on the skull. Awesome. That was actually, I guess, a high school teacher did that for him or something. If I remember correctly,
I believe that was.
It was a teacher. I don't know what level. I just know it was a teacher.
Yeah.
Which, and when you think about, it was probably an art teacher too, and then they do something like that. And you just don't think about that when a teacher does that, because you know they have to stay within rules, obviously. And then you go see their actual art, and you're like,
oh yeah, my
holy cow!
His name escapes me right now. I believe he's a photography teacher in the Wichita area. So he's still, I can't think of his name right now, but
I don't know, but yeah,
he was young at the time. I think he was, you know, so we kind of related, you know, just like doing stuff. There, a lot of great art teachers here.
I wonder if it has that now. It'd be interesting to find out. Maybe ask.
Oh, I know where it's at, but I can't say.
Yeah, I'll just ask Patrick. I'll ask you after this because I was just curious because I always thought that was such a cool piece.
Oh yeah. But it's
some of that
preserved. It's preserved.
Right. Some of those pieces have actually inspired me on some of the stuff.
Oh, cool.
You know, and stuff.
Who are some of your biggest inspirations?
That guy right behind me.
Real people. I like it. Friends.
Well, us working together, I've learned so much from him. I don't think he's learned anything from me, but he's learned not to like lines as much as I like lines, but I've learned to not use as much line, but even though I still use a lot of line because we're just different styles of artists.
Yeah.
But if you look at our stuff that's combined, you can tell our individual stuff compared to combined stuff. And except for this one, though, we're going really hard on Bob Ross on this.
Yeah, we went Bob Ross. We're rolling with it.
Believe it or not, my biggest ones have always been Dr. Seuss and actually not Roth, who did Rat Fink, but his last apprentice, Gaither. Yeah. Jeff Gaither was who inspired me. I was into Roth, but I became friends with Gaither. And also, not so, it is Dr. Seuss, but what really got me into it was watching on Channel 8 Mark Kinsler's Imagination Station. And I,
when would that have been?
And
when would that have been?
80s sometime. And then I actually got to personally meet him. I got to meet both of them. That was the same show. No, two separate shows, but pretty close together. Just all out of the blue. Oh, you're here! Wow.
Yeah.
And they go, oh yeah. Because Gaither, when I was doing my metal magazine, I did an interview with him, and he sent me a cover out of the blue. Just sent me some of his art, and I was like, "How much owe you? Don't worry about it." Now he's actually looking for a lot of that artwork from his past, and I can't find it. Otherwise, I'd send it back to
purchase it.
Actually, I seen that same one on eBay. Somebody put that same copy of eBay for Brain Scab, and it's on eBay for like $500.
Oh wow!
And I'd have to look again, but when I saw that, because it was a Jeff Gaither cover, and most of the other artworks either myself or some other people that I met throughout. And that's weird. I never wanted to use my own artwork. I would now, but back then when I was doing it,
you wanted to use other people.
Yeah. In fact, I remember you were talking about a zine. Did that ever get fruition? It's hard to get those things started. It really is, and it's hard to maintain them. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, so
maybe I just
had the idea that like, hey, I'm going to do a zine, and again to kind of help promote events or people or just other things going on. Also, just interviewing bands so that people can kind of see human side to them, you know, and
'Cause-
a different side to them. And so I did some interviews. And I don't know. It's like in my head, I have this idea of what I would want to do, and I'm like, man, that's going to take so long. And the getting started. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe I won't do that because obviously I haven't done it, so I suck or whatever. I just haven't done it. But so then I was like, well, maybe I can just do like a free little newsletter and then throw in a little something about either one of those bands or an artist or do something, and it's to just be minor and just one page. So I think I'm going to do that, but rather than say I'm going to do that, I need to show it first.
Afterwards, it was something I started doing that really helped me. It's just that I went to combat when I came back. I didn't want to interview bands anymore, but I would love to be involved in the art side of it. But there's a trick to getting bands involved a little more, and it's less work on you.
It's free booze.
Yeah, free booze, free booze,
Free booze.
free boobs.
Yeah.
Booze.
I was wondering what was in that Sonic cup.
It's actually coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
More coffee?
It's a 44 ounce too, man. I'm getting a buzz off
Yeah.
it.
Do you take questions from any of the people out
They
here?
can. I haven't seen anybody ask any questions. Anybody have some questions about the
Sometimes they're more
store?
interactive, sometimes they're not.
Yeah, it's been hot.
We just like to guess and get our free shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We had some close, real close. I don't even know what we are on time yet because I can't even see that far.
It's 6:40.
Okay.
Josh, what about inspiration for you?
I mean, Mr. Kevin, he the biggest thing that I've learned from Mr. Kevin was what is it? The answer's always no unless you ask. So
Yeah,
That's it.
I have heard that.
I say
have
that a
heard
lot because when
Yeah.
we're doubting ourselves on something,
yeah,
let's just ask them. Just ask them. If they say no, okay, so what? We'll move on.
Yeah.
If they say yes, we'll be like, holy shit, let's get it rolling.
And I think it's good to put yourself in a position that you're uncomfortable with,
oh yeah,
right? I try to do that as much as possible. I feel like I grow and learn that way.
yeah. If you're comfortable, you're not growing.
No, you're
That's what
kind
they
of
say.
doing the same
Like
thing.
there's Steve Harveyism.
Steve Harveyism.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
You ready to slop up here? I don't,
this show here is like,
Looking good, man.
I don't know what
Yeah.
we're gonna do in your corner over here.
oh, I was hoping you'd have fixed it by now.
Looks like that's the area you're going to be working with.
Yeah, I don't know what to do there. I like leaving.
There you go. I like what you did there. See, I told you the red was just a base,
I didn't
man.
want to cover it all because it's like the reflection of the
Right.
sky.
Or something's going on there.
Yeah.
Lava's coming
Lava.
out of the water.
Lava river of lava.
I want to give a hint so bad.
Well, we're
You
42.
go ahead.
We
You
can
got
give
20
a hint.
minutes, and we had one within 2.
So there's a hint. We had one within 2.
And I did click
Can I
on
give
it.
a hint? I don't think it'll give it away.
It's awful close, and most of these people probably don't even know you. So
Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. So let me see if I move towards the camera. There is your hint. Obviously, it can't be that.
Not within 500.
No, but that is a hint.
did you throw down what we were talking about earlier? I
Yeah.
said the perfect number would be.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of a hint that will be.
Well, I've heard that those are angel numbers, right?
If you took,
It's for me.
how can we do it? If you took that number,
No. We're not.
I'm not going to say how to do it. but
Yeah.
The other number is related because they're all within.
Well, all numbers.
Oh, okay.
Numbers,
That's
but-
not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, we're
Good guess. Good guess.
good. It's a good guess. It's a good guess.
No one has guessed it on the head yet.
So, Josh, how long have you known Kevin?
Ooh, about 4 years now. I mean, we're going the podcast. We're into our 3rd year here.
We knew
Not
each
too
other
long,
probably
then.
a little bit longer,
Yeah.
and passing a lot. We even played the same
Oh, okay.
stages a few times, didn't realize it. Kind of
Yeah.
Because
Interesting.
like Librium,
Yeah,
I think you were sleeping. I was doing the rabbits, or you weren't.
Well, I was at that point. I was managing them. I was just managing
not the one in
Dodge.
Dodge City.
Yeah, I was just managing them at that point.
Well, we played with Librium at Lizard Lounge too. Were you the locals then or not?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably
I
not.
can't remember.
Because I was out for years
Yeah.
before they asked me to come back and manage.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't. I was just. It was like I didn't really know. I mean, it was a month, and then they broke up for good.
Mm.
Yeah,
Tell
I
them
mean,
the full story. Man, that one Dodge City
Yeah, we
screwed them so bad. Oh my god!
the first show. Like I said, I was only manager for months. The first show with them out of town, we did 2 shows, and so I took took the car. We loaded up in my Traverse, and then Tyler, the drummer, took everybody else and his drums and stuff. And so between we had the equipment loaded up, and we're cruising out there. What's that little? There's some little town kind of like right before Dodge City, or a little gas station, a little stopway.
Yeah.
But I think, we didn't see I drive like a grandpa, so, especially, on the highway, I'm just got the cruise on, maybe 5 over on the highway.
Same here. I just don't want to pay a ticket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Tyler was young buck, and he was speeding out there. We had plenty of fucking time, and he got a speeding ticket. And then, so, obviously that was his, but hey, I don't think it was a paying gig, so
We didn't.
he got a speeding ticket for
We
it.
had about maybe 3 people show up to
Yeah.
the show.
And then so we're loading up. There was a band there. Who else was there?
Ion?
Yeah. Well, because there was another band, and they were pretty good.
The
too.
Dodge City band?
I think
That
so.
was Ion.
I think so. And but we're loading up, and Tyler's still butthurt about the ticket, and Tony's kind
It
of
was the cost. Holy cow.
Tony's just grumbling because there wasn't hardly anybody there. He was, Tony was just being Tony, and
It was a holiday.
we're loading up, and I shut the thing,
Oh, the phone.
and I'm like, I
forgot
thought there was
about
some
the phone.
equipment that was blocking it, so I'm moving, and I'm,
Yeah.
and I look up, and his phone was in the thing, and it's looking like this now,
Oh man.
and mother, I'm like, you shouldn't-
that whole show was a train wreck
yeah,
for you
it's
guys.
like, I felt bad, but you shouldn't have said shit there, man. That's not a good place to sit thing. Use your brain, because it was like up here. There was
Yeah.
he would have been the only person to know that was there. I didn't watch him fucking do it.
Just an accident.
It was an accident. He was mad, but he got on the phone to his wife, and so they got a new one ordered, and so it was under insurance, and it was all right as rain.
That, ladies and gentlemen, and children around the world,
Hey, we
why
have
you
one.
get insurance on your phone.
We have a winner.
Like I said, I wish you the first.
Did someone say it?
We have a winner. He's got to check back and make sure she was the first.
Yeah, I think she was, because everybody kind of got the bam.
I think so.
Yep.
Next question: did they guess the number you're talking about?
No. They guessed the number he wrote down.
I know that,
All
but I'm
right.
saying, but the hint he gave them.
No,
Did they
we
guess
got
that?
we got a few that are over the 500. Nope.
Do you get to announce the winner?
Yep, Jana. You got what, $30 at the gate?
$30.
Yep.
Yeah, she just kills it.
Jana, I don't know if you've been in my shop before. My hours are Wednesday through Saturday from noon to 7 p.m. Sunday noon to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And I've got websites, www.thegaterecordstore.com, and Instagram and Facebook is The Gate Record Store, and you can kind of see the hours. I try to remind people of that. So congratulations. Just kind of mention who you are if I don't know you or if you haven't been in. And probably find something else to kind of give away too. Try to be generous as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
Check it
and
out.
speaking of which, I need to get you a shirt.
Yeah, awesome.
What size do you wear?
Large, probably.
Large? You
Yeah.
got it.
I try not to be a fat fuck.
Hey.
I
didn't see.
told
I think
him
was that the
extra
first?
one.
Was that the first F-bomb I dropped?
Well, you
Yes, it is.
had an accidental or
Oh yeah, like I said, we don't try too hard.
that's all right. So
We don't try too
I'll hook you up with a shirt.
We're trying to.
Well, like I said, we did.
We're
You're
working.
welcome.
We're
You're
working on
welcome.
a major network to pick us up, right? So,
Yep.
So,
But like I said, Joe Rogan,
Nickelodeon or something.
Nickelodeon.
sure.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
We're gonna get slow.
I think they're in a little trouble. Isn't one of the guys from Nickelodeon in trouble right now? Maybe. Everybody's in trouble.
I think everybody's in trouble right now.
Yeah.
Cancellation culture, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like I said, we did. Like I said, I work at City Blueprint day job, so I've done some
Oh,
of the
you're
stuff
right next to me.
Yeah,
Oh.
right next to you, and
Yeah.
I printed some of the stuff for you.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I know that guy.
Cool. Then
Well, I didn't know that guy,
I'm,
but
I'm bringing a shirt over.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Yep. And so
I love City Blueprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I go, hey guys, that's how I got the job. I was like, I spent so much money with you guys. You go look how much money I spent with you. Just fucking hire me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No way. So you got a job that wasn't even like they weren't even hiring. They're just like,
Uh,
yeah,
They were probably hiring. But
well, like I said,
not advertised.
the first time I went in, no, I think both times I just bugged them enough about it. Because I don't think they were. I don't remember seeing anything
Very
advertised.
cool.
But the first time it was like, the surveying equipment and stuff, prepare for that, which I could probably do it. I mean, I'm, mechanically, architecture, all that I could probably do it, but like that would be so boring, staring through the scope and, whatever the fuck you got to do to, I'm like, I couldn't do it. So I like mine. I work upstairs and,
Cool.
large format print.
Yeah.
It's real nice. I mean, it's busy. We stay very busy and I got to lift a lot of heavy stuff, but
yeah,
I'm like, I don't want to go back to aircraft. And so,
yeah.
Mandatory overtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Paychecks are nice, but you don't have a life.
I had a former boss come to, I think it was the very first show at Barleycorns we did back. And I'm like, what is he going here? He was kind of, we didn't always see eye to eye. And I think we went rounds a few times. I mean, not, rounds, but, getting into it. And he comes out and then he offers me a job. But I'm like, he's like, 10-hour days and then Fridays off, I think is what the thing was. But you got to work Friday for overtime, mandatory overtime. I'm like, let's see, I'm not trying to do that. I mean, because that would kill, because I do the, 8 hours and then I'm putting another 8 hours here, being dad and then and then trying to, 9 o'clock stay awake. Well, I mean, I drink enough coffee, I stay awake. It's the going to sleep at a normal time. Sometimes it's 2 o'clock and I'm like, I got to get up soon.
Yeah.
And I'm still in here painting or doing t-shirts or something, so.
It's interesting. So before I opened the shop, I was a teacher for 18 years.
Yeah.
And thing about being a teacher is it's like the work is endless.
Yeah.
And you never feel like you're done because the second you grade papers, there's more coming in. And,
yeah.
And even when you have a lesson completed, you feel like, there's always something more you can give to the lesson, or you get an idea in the middle of the night. You're like, they're going to really dig on this and stuff. So that part of it's been kind of nice with having a shop. It's just like, I'm gonna do what I can do, but then I can kind of
clock out
there,
go home,
kind of clock out.
Go.
A little bit. Never clocked out teaching. You're up thinking about kids and difficulties that they have personal issues and
it's with
there's a lot of weight.
My ex was
that
a
is
teacher.
my hardest part about my job is shutting down when I leave.
Yeah,
And then I run into somebody when I'm out doing stuff.
Yeah,
it's like I've had so many people come on, let me in for free and all this at shows. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's.
They're like, but you got a job.
Like, thank you, Mr. Casey. We still got your prints that you won.
Hey, thank you, Casey.
Yep.
Who all do we have here? So we've had Amanda, Casey.
Yep. Casey's gonna
Josh,
check it out.
Or Joshua, sorry.
Joshua Ricks.
Amanda needs to. She's in a hard rock band, and she's got this all-female project she's doing now.
Very
she
cool.
needs to bring at least check it out.
Yeah,
Side FX is the one name. I don't know the name of the other band yet. It's something she just started.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I'm always excited to hear new projects. There are some younger guys that came in today. I think 3 of them are 21 and one's 20, and so they have a band that has been going for a little while, and they said that they record some stuff on CD just themselves, not professionally yet. I think the band name was Rattle Breath. Really cool name. And so we were talking about possible logo ideas, and I connected them with a couple of guys that could possibly do logos. And that's another thing with the shop too is
this guy too. He can do logos. So
yeah, is connecting people with people and kind of helping everybody.
I mean, it's community.
It's community, and these guys are fantastic. They're really funny, great attitudes. One of them plays. He's the guitarist in the band Phantom Black.
Yeah,
and great young people. They're playing a show at Barleycorns here on June 10th with I think it's called like I don't know, something with the Riverfest, maybe anti-Riverfest or something show. I don't know, but it's fun. It's around the same time.
Yeah.
And, that's got Phantom Black and Dire Lupine and maybe Terran Severance and somebody else, I think.
Yeah, they've kind of kicked up gear.
So many talented, cool bands in this area.
I love seeing all the young bands starting to come up too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I've been around forever, and it's really neat to see somebody coming out of their room into the garage. And
I want to check out the shop. I appreciate it. Thank you,
Casey.
Thanks, Casey.
I'll hold him to it.
Cool.
He's got a podcast. He does Middle of the Road podcast. He came on here, and we're supposed to come on there, but he's been busy. I guess we're not cool enough. I like giving him shit.
Has Amanda been on?
Amanda's been on. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
She's been on. Yeah, she's
just once. I mean, I thought she was on before, but yeah. We usually get this out. Hold on a second here. We got huge shout out to Talking Beards Network. We've been broadcasting on there since 2021. And Big Sexy Beard brand, great facial hair products. They let us use their StreamYard. And I can save you 20% with JRB 520. And Sexpot is my scent, and that's the one I enjoy a lot. So I say go do it. And then
Sexpot.
Sexpot.
I know what it's called. I just fucking.
For Music Lovers Only is our Saturday show, and that's got James Barlow on it. And now that he's picked up with Terrence Severance, he's done a couple remotes and
you can show what I did now. It's not done, but you can see where I'm headed with it. I'm inspired.
He's inspired. It looks better on that side, though. A little bit bigger. But yeah.
You see what it is?
It's a coffee cup.
It just fits.
I was gonna go with like Stonehenge or something, so it's coffee hinge.
Coffee hinge. You'll call it coffee.
Coffee hinge, and maybe make a circle or something.
Yeah,
we're pretty close.
That's looking good, guys.
We're pretty close. I think maybe one more session.
Yeah, I just got to finish up the ground part of it.
We used to.
I realized I started putting the shadow on the wrong side because I noticed that the sun was on that side, and I had it all on this side, and I had to reverse it all. That's what was taking me so long.
Well, the shadow would be on this side.
No,
the shading would be on that side.
The sun's hitting from this side, so the shadow's going to be over this way.
No, look where all my shadows are. Okay,
look at the head.
No, you're right.
We're saying the same
You're right,
thing.
yeah.
We're saying it different.
But the shadow is right, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, oh man, I had it all on the wrong side, and then I realized, oops.
Yeah.
Got to draw that Van Gogh sun up in the corner so you can remember which way the light's coming from.
Yeah.
That's a trick if you ever get into art. You can't figure out where the shadow goes. Draw the Van Gogh sun up in the corner. But you know what I mean? It's that weird spiral, then put an arrow. That way you know, okay, so everything away from that arrow is going to be dark.
Yeah.
So in this case, the sun's coming from up there, coming down. So see where it's light, and dark.
I'm liking it.
Like I said,
I rock that coffee cup, man.
our
so he's going to paint over it anyway.
For resilience is going to be up there till the 4th. So this Thursday, if you want to see my badass chameleon I worked so hard on, please go look at it.
You want to see mine with the light show, just holler at me and I'll show you how to turn it on.
I want to find timers. Yeah,
this one's battery operated. So
well, I think there's battery. I think there's battery operated timers.
Yeah, but is there a way to put a timer in between that one so I can get it to work?
I mean, there's a way. I mean,
train a little mouse to sit back there and push the button.
Yeah, Jordan,
Jordan.
You got to go up every day.
Jordan will be our little mouse.
Yeah, Jordan be our little mouse.
That doesn't sound terrible.
No.
Oh, she's great. I mean, she's funny. And
well, I was talking about the other Jordan.
Oh, that Jordan.
But we probably had better.
I was talking about the bartender.
Yeah,
we probably had there more.
Yeah. we probably had better luck with her.
We'll just the Jordans, and we'll have them all involved.
Yeah. Got the Alex I. We were trying to figure out what the plural for Alex would be. We decided it was Alex I. But yeah.
I know. Anytime I say Jordans, though, I feel like I'm talking about tennis shoes.
Yeah.
I'll go get my Jordans.
I do want to watch that movie, but I've heard Michael Jordan was a dick. She was watching some like 10 things you wouldn't know about Jordan, and I was like, okay, I didn't know those. Like he wouldn't if one of the teammates played a bad game, he wouldn't let him eat. I'm like, what? I mean, who would follow that anyhow? I'd be like, fuck you, Mike. I'm eating, you know? I mean,
because he's had bad games. Come on.
Now.
Yeah. He's pretty much a hypocrite.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I've heard some other bad stories.
Because I knew Antoine Carr and all those guys because I went to college with them, and we meet every once in a while. Barry Sanders, when he'd come back to town, just a group of us. I wasn't in the inner part of it, but I was always invited because I knew and stuff like that from being an athlete. So we go every once in a while. They come and they do a big dinner and they talk. And he said Jordan's a punk.
Yeah.
And especially that final game, if he wouldn't have pushed the Utah Jazz guy completely across the floor.
Was it Brian Russell?
Yeah, they would have won. It's plain as day too, and he just laughs about it.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, it was the Jordan privilege.
Yeah.
That Utah game should have been, because that would have won the series for him if he would have shot that shot.
I don't keep up with any of it. Never really have.
I did them because I was so competitive, and plus I was watching my boys.
Yeah. All right. So again, check out the gate. What was the address?
Yeah, it's 115 South Patty Avenue. So if you know where Midwest Sewing or the Spice Merchant or all those tattoo parlors.
Yeah.
So I'm right next to Red Sea Tattoo.
What's the doggy daycare across the street?
Oh yeah, Doggy Daycare across. They've got I forget the name of it. And just around the corner is Lucky's.
Yeah, I got the Facebook page in the description, so you can definitely.
And if you see me driving out there and I'm on Douglas headed that way,
yep, pop it in. She's
all you got to do is if you see my truck.
Of all the day and happy birthday! Sorry, belated happy birthday.
Yeah.
And if you see my truck out on the road, and it's like after 4 o'clock and before 7 on a weekday, just follow me because I'm probably headed over there anyway.
Yeah.
I was gone for a while because I was out doing some ferry business, but
hey, there we go again. I was telling him about my quandary with you being gone on your ferry business.
It's coming up again, man.
Yeah.
But wintertime will be Santa business or gnome business.
Well, at least that is not been stolen as a derogatory term for people that I have no problem with nobody. So, but
I've had some people go off on me because I said that, and I'm like, dude, I am a fairy.
Yeah.
Say I'm not. I got a name. I got a history. I got everything. I got a whole story. If you don't think I'm not a fairy, I will prove it to you.
It sucks that they had they've chosen to use that as a derogatory term for a group of people. So because I don't think I immediately think of Tinkerbell fairies. I mean that's I'm a kid at heart.
Think of the Rock playing the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty funny.
That helps. That helps. Kevin and
because everybody's like, "Oh, you're the world's biggest fairy." I go, "I'm a little bit shorter than the Rock."
I don't understand why
got
you
all
think
the
you had a
muscles
busy
there.
day, Stephanie.
I got all the muscles there, but they're kind of covered more in his are.
There was only like 2 million people go through the shop today.
It was crazy.
I'm pretty sure it was 2 million. I'm going with that.
I'm sure it's been a busy day.
All of Wichita and most of New York showed up.
Yep, most of New York. Nobody else, just New York.
Hey, and I do want to thank you guys for inviting me on and just bringing so much positivity to the community.
So that's what the thing is. It's unity.
What I really like is there's others starting to pop up doing what we're doing. The live art, a lot of, and I take it as a compliment. I'm not saying we were the first, but we were amongst some of the first. And what we're doing, no one else is doing.
Like I said, if they start painting, I'm going to get pissed. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, that's how
they would do it. They did it some, but that was because of the people they invited.
Well, yeah, Stephanie. Yeah.
But just influence. I think a lot about that term influence. And just we all influence each other, and hopefully people look at it like positive influences.
Yeah. See, we could definitely do some of our girl painting in front of his. Just show up, set up our easels outside on a good day, and just start drawing any metal thing we can think of.
Yeah.
I'll supply the pig blood. No,
squeal.
It'll be vegan pig blood.
If we had pig blood, we would definitely have to get saprogenous.
It's
saprogenous. They say you could say it either way, but I always say it the wrong way that they say it. So
at least it's not like Chewy's band from Salina, the big
Love Like War.
No, he had one before that, the Big Doom refrigerator or something.
Well,
big giant refrigerator generator or something.
But those are words that I can pronounce, so I can handle that.
But
there we go, paint outside mopeds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can do that too.
He was painting out back. He painted.
Yeah, we can paint right there. All those drunks coming out and just say, "Hey, man, people that drink buy."
I think
that is true. That is true.
And then they wonder where the hell all their money went.
Yeah.
I'll be like. Ching.
And why they got this weird art?
What the hell am I doing with this?
All right, we're gonna get off here. I'm gonna eat some dinner. I got
some of my dinner sitting in there, so I'll just sit down next to you and eat.
I gotta go get something.
I'm gonna still be sitting in your house
eating
like a stalker eating. I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving until the food is gone.
I called home and my wife had made rice and chicken and some Mexican dish,
Oh,
you know. So
We just got invited to his
I'm
house.
excited.
Where do you
about
live
that.
now?
My wife's Mexican and she makes amazing.
Okay, I'm definitely following you home now. That's all it's to it.
I don't blame you.
Stalking.
I'm a lucky guy.
Man,
I need a mascot
She made some
costume
food.
and a dance in.
It was awesome.
A
You guys had.
mascot
It was awesome. You had
costume to
she there,
Hmm.
and that food was good.
Yeah.
You had some meat on a stick.
Stephanie, I'll keep that in mind.
All right. Later, guys.
All right. See
We're
you.
going to get off here.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.